period of 20 days from and after the dates of the publication of this notice is provided by law, during which any person in interest shall have the right to contest the legality of the resolution, the indenture, or the Series 2025 bonds, or any provision made for the security and payment of the Series 2025 bonds by filing a verified complaint in the High Court of American Samoa, and that after such time no one shall have any cause of action to contest the regularity, formality, or legality thereof for any cause whatsoever. Appreciation Week for the School Lunch Program staff. The American Samoa Community Cancer Coalition celebrates a milestone. Today marks the 17th day since the U.S. government shutdown. The American Samoa School Lunch Program is celebrating National School Lunch Week with the theme Taste the World, Your School Lunch Passport. This theme emphasizes celebrating global cultures and diversity through school lunches, featuring different international cuisines each day. School Lunch Program Director Ainuu Netasiaki spoke about the significance of this week for their staff.
The main reason for our School Lunch Week is not just to restart and restructure and all of that, but it's also a reminder for food safety, for a balanced meal, and also for sanitation, cleanliness. Our GMPs, which are general manufacturing processes, where we keep cross-contamination to a minimal. Cross-contamination, if we're not aware of this, is contamination that I bring in to the kitchen. Contamination from unclean wares to the food, and also from food to food. So these are the times we remind our staff to please keep our students' food safe, healthy, and also balanced.
Ainuu also provided a detailed account of the various challenges encountered by their staff.
If we step back and take a look at school lunch, in 365 days of the year, we make 2 meals a day. Right now we're at like 12,500 students. That's private, including government. We make about 1.5 million meals a year. Let's breathe that one in.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of meals. That's including all the extracurricular activities, the after-school programs, all of these. These are all put into it. And it's not something that people readily appreciate because it's not a known fact. The fact is, if we mess up, it's all over Facebook. But every day our team is out there. Every day we're in the trenches. And it's we're out there to fuel the minds. As you fuel their minds, it's fueling their being, their health. So while you are feeding their minds, we're feeding them physically, giving them the energy to sustain whatever it is that they're going to go throughout the day. Part of the USDA school lunch program is it's part of a bigger picture where there's no child left behind, because there are some families where breakfast and lunch Monday through Fridays are basically the main meals they receive, because dinner would probably be just bread and tea. We've been having the challenge of budgeting, shipping, storing, getting enough food. So here's a little factoid for you. If you go to a store, or Samoa experiences a shortage of eggs, it's because school lunch has taken all the eggs. And that's because there was a shipping complication. Could be the eggs missed the boat, or the ship missed American Samoa or something like that. So if we appreciate all the parents that come out, every single comment that's being made makes us better, makes us revisit our current processes. Do we need to change it? Has the meal, is the bread quality not the same? Did you miss yeast or, so every single comment that's being made on Facebook, I just advise our public to be kind and just to call the office, let us know. We'll go out, we'll investigate, we'll make sure your child is eating.
The program director confirmed with Kvzk TV that they have enough funds to cover students' meals during the federal government shutdown.
We've received our funding for this year, FY26. School lunch is not, the grant that we operate under is not like your normal year-to-year grant where it starts in October and finishes September. We have a 2-year to spend our funding, so we appropriate accordingly. We were able to have enough money to take us through this shutdown, but we might not be able to hold on much longer. I hope there is some reprieve in the near future, and we get the government operating again. So yes, we have to be very careful.
The American Samoa Community Cancer Coalition today launched a program focused on understanding brain health and the risk of diseases such as Alzheimer's. James Galvin, a neurologist at the University of Miami Miller School of Medicine, says the center has an MRI machine available for clinical research for eligible patients.
Our center is here to provide a wonderful research program to help the people of American Samoa understand brain health and the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's disease. What I'm standing right next to is the first MRI machine here on American Samoa, and this will be used initially for research purposes and may also have some clinical use, again, to help the people of American Samoa. Our project, Pupui Malo Manatu, is here to help us understand preserved memory. And what we do is we study people. They come in, they do a clinical assessment, do some pencil and paper test, give some blood, and now get an MRI of their brain so that we can understand what constitutes healthy brain aging for the people who live here and what is putting people at risk for diseases that will affect their memory. So we hope to be able to provide a wonderful program here that will help people now and in the future.
The Lieutenant Governor who attended the ceremony also praised the American Samoa Community Cancer Coalition for its efforts in supporting cancer patients in the territory.
For many years, you have helped our families through some of the hardest time, giving hope and comfort to those face cancer. Your work is teaching people about cancer, helping them get care, show how strong we are when we work together. You remind us that even small act of kindness can make a big difference in someone's life. To the board, staff, and volunteers, Kvzk Tv for your good love and service. You are helping to build a healthier and strong American Samoa. And I'd like to thank for your service, and we hope to work together so we can help our people down here in the island of small island American Samoa. I'm not a doctor, but I'm going to give you advice, because I'm 80 years old. I have 4 brothers pass away before they reach the 80 years old because they smoke a lot. And I'm warning you, because I don't smoke. That's why I want to make sure For those who smoke, you better start smoking cigarettes, It's not good for your health. If you want to reach 80 years old, you better stop smoking. I'm telling you because I have 4 brothers pass away because they smoke a lot. It's not good for your health. And I thank you for your service. Thank you for your work. I don't know. I'm stage 6 right now, Cancer Foundation. I'm still walking. And I know I'm pretty good for maybe another 10 years before I go up there to the heaven. And I'd like to thank you for your service. Anything I can help, let me know. As long as I'm Lieutenant Governor, you let me know, I'll help you, But don't wait till after 4 years, You better tell me right now or tomorrow or next day, And I will guarantee you I'll work hard to help you guys. Anything you need my help.
The federal government shutdown has now lasted 17 days and shows no signs of resolution.
Republicans and Democrats have yet to reach an agreement to reopen the federal government. Yesterday, the Senate once again failed to advance a bill to do so. This marked the Senate's 10th attempt to vote on a short-term funding bill passed by the House since the shutdown began on the 1st of October. In a separate matter, a judge has temporarily blocked the Trump administration from executing its latest round of federal employee layoffs across most agencies. Judge Susan Ilston of the U.S. District Court of the Northern District of California ruled on Wednesday that the widespread reduction in force notices, which were sent to about 4,000 employees last Friday, were both illegal and in excess of authority. The judge granted a temporary restraining order that prevents most agencies from proceeding with these layoffs. This restraining order prohibits the Trump administration from issuing any reduction in force notices to federal employees during the ongoing government shutdown. Meanwhile, Congresswoman Kvzk Tv has welcomed the announcement that the federal government is meeting its payment obligations to the U.S. Armed Forces despite the shutdown. She said this is the first payday since the shutdown of the soldiers, sailors, Marines, airmen, and Coast Guardsmen. She is happy that the administration has prioritized their pay despite the shutdown, so the dedicated military personnel are not working without compensation at this time. Congresswoman Amata hopes that the Senate will act to restore government funding and end this unnecessary shutdown well before the next payday at the end of the month for military families who rely on their well-earned paychecks. The Trump administration has used unspent funds to pay military personnel, but this may not be sustainable. Many civilian federal employees are furloughed or unpaid. Amata pointed out that as September closed without passing all appropriation bills, the House approved a 7-week continuing resolution. However, the Senate Democrats blocked it, seeking additional funding to reopen the government. Congresswoman Amata called for bipartisan efforts to prevent uncertainty for federal employees and urged the Senate to restore normal appropriations processes. The House Appropriations Committee has successfully passed all 12 appropriations bills in regular order, ahead of some recent years, while the Senate has completed work on 8 of the 12 bills. Joya Tafyangay Mali with your news on KVZK.
Pacific Horizon soccer team, the Black Rose, is currently engaged in training clinics at the Fatua'ainga field. Instructed by Valerio Racaglia, Mr. Valerio serves as the head coach for Samoa's U19 and U16 men's national teams and is present on the island to implement specialized training programs. These programs are designed to enhance various technical skills, including shooting, dribbling, and goalkeeping.
So this clinic is organized by the president of the Black Roses, Ben Salvao. It was organized for the Pacific Horizon High School. What we're trying to do here again is trying to increase the numbers of participants in soccer and trying to teach the kids how to play the sport. So the clinic is gonna go ahead for 4 days. So it was Tuesday to tomorrow. Obviously the Pacific Horizon have a week off at school, so for them it's easy to come. There's no other clinics at the moment, but we're training every day with the club, so kids are more than welcome to come and join in. If they're enjoying playing soccer, they can they can join any club and hopefully carry on and play. Really enjoying this clinic. As I said, we got different age groups, as you can see, and the participation has been pretty high, and kids seems to be pretty engaged with the program. So hopefully we can keep doing this on and on in the near future.
He said the week-long event is organized by the president of the Black Rose soccer team, Tualauta representative Mr. Ben Salvao. American Samoa will join the globe in celebrating World Statistics Day on October 20th, 2025, as proclaimed by Governor Pulali'i Nicolau Pula.
This year's theme for World Statistic Day 2025 is driving change with quality statistics and data for everyone. On October 20 this year, statistics and data will play a vital role in sound, evidence-based decision-making in government, business, and daily life. This is outlined in a proclamation endorsed by Governor Pulali'i Nicolau Pula. World Statistic Day, designated by the United Nations General Assembly, is an annual observance that recognizes the crucial role of statistics in building resilient societies and achieving sustainable development. The theme for World Statistic Day is driving change with quality statistics and data for everyone, which emphasizes the need for inclusive, high-quality data to inform and empower every community. Trusted data fosters transparency, holds institutions accountable, and advises citizens, enabling greater civic participation. Governor Pulali'i emphasized that the American Samoa government is dedicated to using data to better understand the community's needs, track progress, and develop policies that foster positive change and enhance the quality of life for all residents. The statistical community, including data producers, analysts, researchers, and users, works tirelessly to collect, analyze, and disseminate reliable information. The governor proclaims that on October 20 as World Statistic Day in American Samoa and encourages all residents to recognize and appreciate the power of statistics and data in understanding our world. Joyeta Whangai Mali'i with your news on KVZK.
Please stay tuned for your weather and tide report. And that concludes tonight's edition of your KVZK TV Evening News. Thanks for joining us, American Samoa. Tofa Soifua. Notice of bonds to be issued. Notice is hereby given pursuant to the provisions of the American Samoa Code annotated, Title 11, Chapter 19, as amended, that on October 15, 2025, the Board of Directors of the American Samoa Economic Development Authority adopted a resolution in which it authorized the issuance and sale of the issuer's General Revenue Refunding Bond Series 2025A in an aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $50 million to mature in not more than 11 years from their date or dates, to be sold at a price not less than 96% of the total principal amount thereof, and to bear interest at a maximum net effective rate or rates of not to exceed 7.5% per annum. General Revenue Bond Series 2025B in an aggregate principal amount of not to exceed $15 million to mature in not more than 21 years from their date or dates, to be sold at a price not less than 96% of the total principal amount thereof, and to bear interest at a maximum net effective rate or rates of not to exceed 7.5% per annum. And the Series 2025A bonds will be issued for the purpose of refunding the issuer outstanding general revenue and refunding bond Series 2015A, funding a deposit to a debt service reserve fund, if necessary, and paying the cost of issuance of the Series 2025 bonds. The Series 2025B bonds will be issued for the purpose of financing any portion of the completion of the Fono building, including fixtures, furniture, and equipment, construction of a new adult correctional facility, and financing a portion Azteca's investment in internet capacity and redundancy, funding a deposit to a debt service reserve fund if necessary, and paying the cost of issuance of the Series 2025 bonds. The Series 2025 bonds are to be issued and sold by the issuer pursuant to the resolution, including as part of said resolution, the general indenture of trust previously approved by the issuer and a supplemental indenture of trust, which were before the board and attached to the resolution in substantially final form at the time of adoption of the resolution. The Series 2025 bonds will be special limited obligations of the issuer, payable solely from and secured solely by a pledge of the revenues and certain funds and accounts established by an indenture, including but not limited to 100% of the pledged taxes. All net revenues from projects financed with bonds issued under the indenture, and all revenues from any other source of funds legally available to the issuer to pay debt service on bonds, as more fully described in the indenture. A copy of the resolution and the indenture are on file in the office of the issuer, located in the office of the governor, Executive Office Building in Fangatongo, American Samoa, where they may be examined during regular business hours of the issuer from Monday through Friday for a period of at least 20 days from and after the date of publication of this notice. Notice is further given that a period of 20 days from and after the dates of the publication of this notice is provided by law, during which any person in interest shall have the right to contest the legality of the resolution, the indenture, or the Series 2025 bonds, or any provision made for the security and payment of the Series 2025 bonds, by filing a verified complaint in the High Court of American Samoa, and that after such time no one shall have any cause of action to contest the regularity, formality, or legality thereof for any cause whatsoever. Olo oto mai mo mai ilala talua lau KVZK TV, Pango Pango, America Samoa. You are watching your KVZK TV, Channel 2, Pango Pango, American Samoa.